Hello everyone, sorry for the big yell, but I have something very important to tell you all today. And it's that we've got a brand new character to check out on this What If series. But the title already told you that. So let's get on to the moveset that I personally think Raora Panthera would have if she was in Super Smash Bros. Alrighty, let's take a look.
My name is Raora Panthera!
Before we start the video properly, apologies for the voice crack, but it had to be important. There are some moves that are just gonna be Wolf copycats because of characters in Smash that use claws. Wolf is one of them. Incineroar does use claws as well, but he's mainly using them in his side tilt. That's about it. The rest is a lariat, so you're gonna see a lot of Wolf moves here, so yay. But let's list them off before we start the video. I'll put them on the screen so you can look at them a lot easier if you're having trouble hearing. There'll be the jab, the forward tilt, and then the down smash, the up air, the forward air, the down air, and the up tilt, and then the down smash. And now, before I continue, I want to clarify. When I say up tilt, I mean more so Wolf's up smash in Project Plus. The reason for this is because it's a combo move, so I could give Raora a combo move and then leave the up smash for something else. But sorry for the confusion, but that move is just in place of what would be an up tilt at the moment. But let's get on to the actual moves of the character before we continue yapping on.
Whoa! My name is Raora Panthera!
Now that we have taken care of the quote-unquote copy-paste moves, we're going to take a look at these first two moves you see on this page, those being down tilt and up smash. Now, for Raora's first non-copy-paste move, I was thinking this type of down tilt. The animation may look a bit similar even though it's just drawn. It borrows animation inspiration from Peach's down tilt, right? But in this case, Raora would be using her paintbrush. She is an artist, it has to be seen on the ground. It would splash the opponents a bit upwards with low knockback, as you can see in the description of the photo, with a little bit of combo potential, but with the downside of it being slow, because Raora, yes, is an artist and she can go through space and time, but art, at least, takes time. I'm not sure for Ina, because Ina has done it really fast, but I'm not sure for Raora either. She is really agile. So it could be a fast move, or maybe the paintbrush is pretty big to do its effect. I was thinking something like 8%, just to set it up. You ain't gonna be using it much, so it won't be much of a deal breaker. But, maybe have a little bit of splash damage too. Add some more percent onto it. But that's all I could see it having, to make it a bit more on the balance side of things. The next one would be up smash. Now this one is really funny. Well, at least funny in terms of it's a little silly. Now, this one takes an animation inspiration from Wii Fit's up smash, and not in the way you think. She pulls out a Chatini out from the space and time portal, right, and lifts them up in like a 2 hitbox thing, one to scoop the opponent, and then the other one that launched them upwards. Basically it being a kill move. So if any Chatini are watching this, heck, you may be summoned into combat to help Raora take care of an opponent's nasty stock. Or maybe they'll die perfectly and avoid the kill, and then you'll make Raora depressed. Let's avoid that. But yeah, and then the animation at the end could be Raora sending the Chatini back into the space-time portal. She says they can only be near her distance, but let's break the rules a bit just to let the Chatini in here a bit, since she does have them pretty frequently on her streams and as a keychain on her design body. But let's take a look at the other moves that we can do. Maybe more Chatini will show up, or maybe not. I'm putting you in suspense. Now, these other moves, they're going to be a lot less cloney looking than the other ones we just saw now. Or maybe just a bit more unique. Who knows? The first one we're going to take on is her side smash, which I call Chatini Pounce. Now, why Chatini Pounce? It's because, like, you know, the Chatini have to be there somehow, right? And Raora, like I said before in her up smash, she's basically taking the Chatini from the space and time, right? Just lifting them up, use them for a kill. Why not this one? Let the rest of her other kit lead into combos or setups, right? But her main kill options, let it be the smash attacks for something more artsy looking in combos and whatnot. Like, heck, you could probably do like a forward air into up smash, and as for this one, maybe into a somewhat low percent combo extender, neutral extender. Who knows? But I just need this move for the Chatini to happen, because I mean, the Chatini would happily be thrown by Raora. And the Chatini that are watching this, come on, you would easily do that for Raora. Don't lie to me, Chatini. Don't lie to me. But either way, this move, make it work like some of Olimar's Pikmin moves. I don't have any footage of this, but I'm pretty sure you know what I mean, like his side B basically. But yeah, just something like that, easy for the kill. And the next move we're gonna cover for Raora is another smash attack, but this one is a little bit more simple on the nose. Think of Sora's down smash, yeah? But instead of him just like putting like a little stab motion on the ground, right? Have Raora's thing be that she slams the paintbrush into the ground. And let this be like the best one to kill out of the, you know, out of the three smash attacks. Like, sure, side smash has some range, up smash can be good for anti-airing, but if you correctly ready your opponent somehow, or if you're in an items match, right, and you just want to get them off you, boom, big smash attack coming in, and let it have like a bit of a shockwave. Like, let Raora have some power in there. Like, yeah, she's agile, but she's a big cat. Cats are now known to pounce. So are lions, so are panthers. So, let her have some power on this. I don't know. That's all I can really say for this. And if you ask, oh, will she have like an inkling mechanic with this? Not really, as she doesn't seem to have any like paint type of things with her. If anything, that could probably be with Ina, because she actually is a squid. But who knows? Let's just see non-kill moves for Raora to see what we can do, or maybe we're looking at more kill moves. For Raora's dash attack, it, like I mentioned before, right? That cats pounce, feline animals pounce, and all that. This is literally a pounce. Like, let her have it. The way I kinda drew this, I was thinking something like Ridley's dash attack, or something like that to pounce. But since she jumps, give it the ability that the Smash mods do. I don't have any footage of these HDR examples. If you probably see some Donkey Kong on the screen, that's probably it. Because he has a dash attack that also just that kind of jumps off the ledge when running into it. And that would essentially be what I want to give Raora, a dash attack that lets her jump off the ledge to, quote-unquote, keep on pouncing the opponent. Like, you could do that into forward air, or heck, throw a Chatini or something at her, you know. Just something, you know, just throw them with something. Like, that Chatini is right there at Raora's disposal. And I did spoil a bit for her neutral special just now. But before I continue yapping, I think I might have given a good idea of what I think dash attack would be like. But let's just go on to more moves before I spoil the rest of the specials and all that. Just for that, maybe I should give you a transition. But nah, let's just go to the grabs. Now then, for Raora's, I mean grabs, not carbs. I would like them to just be regular, or more so, I just didn't imagine something out of the ordinary for her to be grabbing just standard two hands or just stuff like that. She's uses her claws a lot, and she has a paintbrush around, so maybe it wouldn't be too much of a priority for her. But let's just go on to the throws in general, because her pummel, I think, would also be regular, if not her using her paintbrush. For her forward throw, I'm going to use Peach's jab as a visualizer here, of just her, like, slicing the paintbrush forward to describe what I think the motion would be, or, like, slapping them with the paintbrush, you know? Just more so, like, get away. Maybe this being a grab that leads into a nice tech situation, or just a good off-stage ledge trap. Just something like that, something simple, not doing too much, and giving the paintbrush a bit more representation. And as we go to the rest of Raora's throws, right? These two come from the same character, Bowser. Because the downward one, I was just thinking, you know, she's a big cat. She needs, like, a big body type of throw. And this is one I was like, you know what? This would be kind of funny for her to hit somewhat. And as for the back throw, I wasn't planning on it, but that Bowser throw looked kind of nice, and Bowser has claws, so screw it. Take some inspiration from there as well. Maybe she would do like Shulk's type of back throw and just stab them with the claws on her hand and then throw them the way Bowser does for a bit of extra damage. But that's just what I think would happen, or maybe that would be a bit too quote-unquote violent. If anything, if you want to make one of her throws a kill throw, likely the back throw or up throw. As for up throw, I didn't base it on any character. If not, I would say have her kick them up. Think like snake up tilt or snake up air, but on the ground, and just whooshing them upwards. If anything, maybe have the Chatini help out in that throw as well. At least if that's what you want her to be in the kill throws for. Because I just imagine her having one, not two. Because I think one is enough for a kill throw. If anything, I would like either the up or the back one to be the kill throws, and the rest be more like setup throws, not really like combo throws in general for Raora. And I think that's a good balance for her as we go on to the aerials now. Well, the ones that aren't copied from Wolf. Let's take a look then. As we go into Raora's non-Wolf aerials, right? I'm gonna take a quick look and see that they're a bit similar, but honestly, the properties are a little bit different. I'll explain in a bit. First off, being Villager's Nair. And why do I say Villager's Nair? Because I imagine Raora doing a similar pose to Villager in the Nair, because big cat means big stretch. So expanding the big body like that, boom, big stretch, yeah? But I wanted to have a property like Dr. Mario's aerial, neutral aerial, I mean, where it gets stronger the longer it's out, instead of it getting weaker the more it's out. I don't know why, but I feel like, you know, as you do the big stretch, your body's gonna get stiffer, you know, from the stretch until you put it back to normal. Or something like that. I don't know how stretches scientifically work, but you still, big stretch moment. So maybe like ooh, Big Cat is stretching, ooh, it's getting, ooh. But honestly, if you ask me, it does make more sense to have it stronger at the beginning and weaker at the end. But I feel Raora would probably do something like this. In character, I mean. As for Raora's back air, I was thinking it being a finisher. No surprise there, as most back airs are big ol' kill moves sometimes. Hers is like sweeping her tail upwards. Think about Yoshi up air. But a more favorable case in terms of thinking would be something like Pyramithra back air, to put it into a better perspective. Because in the description I did say like Peach's back air with more lag, but I looked at the animation and decided maybe something like Pyramithra back air works better in terms of animation wise. But the idea of this is that, oh, it's your big killer aerial if you got your combos to the top right. Like you could do into an up air, or you could lead this from a back air into a forward air. Oops, excuse me, I mixed that up. Forward air to back air. But if you're feeling cheeky with your friends, you could also do that as well. Maybe. But yeah, just a regular big ol' finisher back air. Like, there's nothing really special to say there. Most back airs in the Super Smash Bros. Series happen to be big ol' finisher moves. But I guess make this a move with like low knockback growth to let Raora have some nice combos. Like if they DI in, you could follow it up with a forward air, tech chase on a platform. They DI out, oop, here goes the up air. Or if they DI down, tech chase platform down air into some more tech chasing, or do something with the specials or down tilt at that platform. Just a big old versatile move to when the opponent's at high percent, it just becomes a one-trick pony, so you're gonna have to start thinking outside the box when it comes to that percentage. I think I've yapped on enough about Raora's back air, so I think it's an appropriate time to go on to something that you all will really like, her special moves. And yes, you might have you caught them early on the paper. Still, let's discuss them in their own separate section, shall we?
Was doot doot doot, and then doot doot doot, and then okay, you got it.
Now, even though Raora has been given a lot of wolf-like moves, these specials are gonna be something to look forward to, just like she is right now. Let's start with neutral special, Chatini Throw. It does what it says. She throws a Chatini, and like I explained in the up smash, using portals of space and time, you know? Chatini go in, Chatini go out. Easy as that. Is it a strong projectile? No, it's more like a get off me, like maybe a bit stronger than the turnips I would have in mind, but maybe that could cause it to be a bit too good. If anything, let it have a bit of oomph, like the shot put of Mii Brawler. Now that would be a good look for the Chatini, but at the same time, yeah, I don't think the Chatini are gonna be that heavy if she can carry one on her belt every day, but that's an accessory. So, honestly, this is a more like a what would be the better fit type of projectile here. All I know is that Chatini has to be thrown in some capacity. I don't know why, but it's just more like a feel as we go on to the other ones, which don't have as much Chatini massacre. And as we already covered neutral special, the next logical one would be side special, and please ignore the really crude drawing, but yeah, a side special, make it like, you know, like the feline pounce, you know? Raora's a panther, she's gonna be athletic. Let her pounce on the person with side B, like a command grab of sorts. You know? Like, she's already, you know, pretty fast. You would expect Raora not to be a brawler, but with those claws, you know, and the space-time shenanigans she can do, give her something like this to grapple on. I mean, Smash has a grappler that's also a feline, so, why not? You know? And I mentioned here that it's a pounce-like dash attack, but honestly, when I was writing this down, it was because I don't really have the artistic detail for all of this. So these two attacks could look pretty different from each other. And I also had like, some cancelable shenanigans in there, but then I realized that's enough cancelable shenanigans. So let's just not give her anything like that. Just give her a standard, grapple move. Like a pounce move, honestly. Force them to tech chase, not really like, oh, I grab you, now you're dead. No, it's more like, okay, now I can follow up my combos, or a bit of a burst option if Raora needs it in a certain situation. And that's what I think her side special would be like. She has God Eyes, but I don't think she has the God Kill power. But she could have it with her next one. Down special. I call this the Carbonara buff. No visual thing here, just be Raora eating a plate of carbonara. And if she finishes the plate, she gets a buff. Like a comeback mechanic, or just like a buff mechanic. And you'd have to finish your plate. But then if you don't finish your plate, I guess nothing could happen to you, because if you put the effect of something negative happening to Raora if she doesn't finish it, it just makes it kind of or just like a risk reward most people would not like. But maybe something like, oh, your kill power is just decreased if you got interrupted, or if you didn't finish your plate, if you were able to store it, you wouldn't need to restart it from the beginning. I think that's a decent trade-off. But still, it's a move you have to quote-unquote charge, and that's just Raora eating the carbonara. Oh dear, I'm feeling fizzy, guys. Sorry. It's just when I was about to mention the up special, I think I was hit from behind. I think this is information that cannot be gotten out, cause then I think the Chatini will rise up and revolt. It is none other than Raora's up special. A jetpack. Or a pasta whip. But most importantly, a jetpack. Now, into a more serious thing. They're Diddy Kong, me, Gunner to some extent, Rob, they all have like jetpack things. The only one being truly a jetpack being Diddy Kong. We even have a jetpack item in Super Smash Bros. Since I think for Wii U. But I mainly remember using it plenty in Ultimate. As for why I want Raora to have an up special jetpack, I mean, come on. Maybe the reason she doesn't let the Chatini have a jetpack is because the safety thing could be a lie, and it's just because she doesn't have the capacity to produce so many jetpacks for all the Chatini, so she just forbade it in general. And as for the pasta whip, I was just thinking something like Ivysaur's vine whip as the up special type of beat, like she just whips the pasta onto the ledge. But this would be more of an option if we genuinely cannot have Raora with a jetpack. But if Raora can have the jetpack, think about it. It'd be ironic, and we technically would be using a jetpack, because if Chatini can use the Raora character up special, that means from a certain point of view, we did get the jetpack. Think about it. Now, for Raora's final smash, it would be something related with the God Eyes. I don't know if Raora has some sort of ultimate move or something similar to that extent, but if any of the Chatini see this, or Raora herself, heck, what would be the ultimate thing? Because what I wrote down was, she looks at someone with the God Eyes and boom, their stock is gone around 70% or more. And obviously it's not balanced because, it's a final smash. Why would you want to balance that? What about final smash here? No. Make final smash just fun. No. Yeah, that sort of beat,
My name is Raora Panthera.
Now for the first batch of costumes, these would be the Hololive Justice Salts, them being Elizabeth, Gigi Moving, Cecilia, you know, just the basics. Then for the other three, just the people that she had in her Hololive 3D debut, because honestly, they'll fit pretty nice. Pretty nice, I bet. But Callie, I might change that one in my opinion to not have a repeat of the pink, but if you look at it from a certain point of view, it looks like a goth Raora. And for the last one, give a Chatini alt, because Chatini is very important to the Raora shenanigans. Like, I think out of all the quote-unquote fan chat thing, whatever you call it, right? Chatini happens to be the most, let's just say problematic one. Them wanting the jetpacks, the cucumbers, trying to gaslight Raora into trying a pineapple pizza, maybe. Nah, the Chatini won't do that. But they are trying to steal a jetpack from her, so Chatini, this would be your chance, you know, be a Raora alt in this hypothetical shenanigan, so you can finally use the jetpack in the up special. But that would be it for the alts, honestly. But before I forget, there's also Koseki Bibu as an alt. I've seen them. I don't know where I saw this, but I feel Bibu's color palette would work wonders for Raora, I'm just saying. And now, Raora is done. Raora, honestly, from what I've been describing, is a wolf hybrid with some different type of combo shenanigans. Think about it as a sort of floaty wolf. It'd be like you playing Project M Wolf into Ultimate Wolf type of beat. If anyone has played Project M or vice versa, like mostly just played both games, she wouldn't be much of a fast faller. She would be a bit of a mid faller. But then again, she is a big cat, so who knows. Think of it like a cross between Wolf and Incineroar with some more Zony or Trapper based things. They're more so tech Trapper type of things put in there. Because, you know, God Eyes, so she's gonna have her eyes everywhere. So it makes sense for her to have something like that. And that's how I think Raora would be. Like, I hope you all enjoyed this video. And have a good time afterwards. Who do you think I should do next in this series of What If was in Smash Brothers? Should I do more of Justice? Or some other gen? Or something else entirely? Goodbye, everybody. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Truly, it helps out.